Hi, my little crafters. Welcome to the Crafty Corner. I'm Miss Lisa here at the Fayette County Public Library. Today we are going to make this really nifty Mosaic Snowman. Now, mosaic is an art term for when you have little pieces, sometimes tile, sometimes paper, sometimes glass, right sort of next to each other with a little space in between. So we're going to be making this Mosaic Snowman today. Now, let me just put in a little advertisement. I still have lots of these really cool winter fun learning packs here at the library. There's lots of really cool activities in here, so come and grab one of them when you're grabbing your packet for the snowman. So in your packet, let's open it up and see what we have. In your packet, you are going to have lots of different construction paper. The blue is your background, and your white's going to become your snowman. Now, before you start your snowman, you're going to want to go ahead and sort of just draw 2 circles, or I suppose you could do 3 if you wanted to. 2 circles on your paper. If you have a plate or something that you would want to trace, you could do that too. But this is just going to help you have the shape of your snowman. The first thing you're going to want to do is, once you've made some circles, is take your paper, and what I like to do is just cut some strips. Now, you want to have rectangles, squares, triangles. So I'm just going to cut some strips of paper. Now, if you do really big shapes, your Mosaic Snowman won't take as long. So I've got all of these little strips of paper, and I'm going to lay them on top of each other. And I'm going to cut some small rectangles and maybe some larger squares. To make a triangle, you're just going to go at a diagonal and go at a diagonal. And so now I've got some triangles that I can use as well. Okay. And you could make other shapes as well if you wanted to. Now, to start your Mosaic Snowman, I would suggest that you start at the top, and I'm just going to be using my glue stick. I'm just going to slather on a little bit of it. Then I'm going to take my shapes and start just laying them down. Now, this one didn't come out real good as a triangle, did it? So I'm going to sort of shape that up again before I lay it down. And as you can see, I am leaving space, just a little bit of space between each of my shapes. And that's what is called a mosaic. All right, now I've got a little tiny space there, so maybe I could cut myself a little triangle to put in there. So it sort of evolves as you go along. If you want to trim your pieces up a little bit as you go. All right, so now I'm going to add some more glue, and I'm just going to keep laying my shapes down. And as you can see, this is going to take a while. So I'm just going to try to do this as fast as I can so you can see how to do the rest of the project here. All right. You're going to want to try to keep your shapes where it's rounded a little bit here. I would try not to overlap either. That one cuts really pretty close right there. Let's put in some of these rectangles so to take up some space. Maybe I need a skinny rectangle to go in here. If you don't know your shapes, this is going to be one good way of learning some shapes. All right, he looks pretty fat. I've got to go all the way down here. So let me just keep going. Some of these aren't really good triangles. And that one's actually outside of the area that I had drawn. So I'm going to move it. Let's see if I can find some smaller rectangles and make little squares. All right. So you can see what we're doing here. We're just going to make a mosaic. Just keep going all the way down. I'm going to go ahead and use some of these that aren't quite perfect, just so that we can get all of the snowman filled in here. All right, I'm just going to keep laying it down. So I have my circle up here, and now I'm starting this bigger circle at the bottom. I'm going to go all the way down and sort of make this circle. And then I'm going to try to fill it in. And just take your time, boys and girls. Take your time. Don't rush. I'm sort of rushing a little bit so that you can see how it's done. This part is what is going to take the longest. And he's a little misshapen. I should have probably come out here a little bit more. Definitely maybe look at my original, because that one, I took a lot of good time with that guy. Oh, here's a parallelogram. I think I'll use that little shape. All right. So once you get your mosaic, now you get to be creative and add all the really cool parts that make him look like a snowman. Okay, this is going to bother me that this is not round enough. I'm going to have to go ahead and stick that in there. Okay, I can't handle this. He's got to sort of look like a snowman. All right, let's go ahead and add this shape in there. Cut that another tiny little triangle. Get that laid in there. All right, that's a little bit better. Okay, so with your other pieces of paper, you're going to have some brown. So you're going to just want to, I'm going to actually cut it in half. And then those are going to be his arms. So if you want to make like sticks and do branches on the end of his arms, you could do that too. This is the area where you get to be really creative with your snowman. Let's see what else we have. We have some red for a scarf. So for the scarf, you're going to want to have 3 pieces. Okay, you're going to want to measure his neckline, and mine just barely makes it across there. Maybe let's put the glue on the back of here. Okay, so then you're going to want 2 smaller strips. So you can make one other strip and then make one where it's long and one where it's short. That's a way to make a scarf. So we're going to stick the glue on the back side of each of those and glue those down here so that he has his scarf. Now you have some black for his hat, and my goodness, he's got a wide head. So I'm going to go up, go over a little, go up a little, and it is totally fine, boys and girls, if you have the hat that sticks off of the paper. Did you know that you can put something so that it overhangs the top of your paper? That would just be just fine. Actually, that hat was too wide, and now that's going to be too little. Well, I guess he's just going to have a small hat. All right, sometimes I don't measure it up just right, but that's okay. Now, for the eyeballs, you've got plenty of black that you can make eyeballs with. So if you lay 2 of the pieces of paper on top of each other and just sort of make a circle. Now, if you use like the top, you could use the lid to trace and get a perfect circle. Or maybe your mom's into crafting and she's got these cool little nifty doodads at home where you can punch out circles that are just perfect and use them too. But I've got these right now, so we'll just get those up there. And then for the mouth, you need some little circles. So actually, I was going to plan on using my little doodad here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know. So you want some little tiny circles. Those are going to be hard to cut out. So make sure that you have somebody, or you know what? You could just draw it in. You could just draw that in if you wanted to. So you're going to put the glue on the back of each of those little circles and make a happy smiley face. And what do we have left to do, boys and girls, but his little carrot nose? So you also have some orange in your packet. And nose with a carrot is sort of a triangular shape. All right, so there's his smile. And got this nice bright orange. And we're just going to make a triangle. Since I got a big snowman here, maybe I'll make a big nose on him. And it could go any direction you want, but that looks pretty cute right there. So I think I'll put some glue on the back there. Now, I also included some snowflakes. So you're going to want to put some glue on the back of those and just glue them on your picture wherever you want. And if you know how to make snowflakes, you could always put some few more on there if you wanted to. All right, so this is what we've done today, boys and girls. We have made a mosaic snowman, okay? Not quite round like my original. So you can see that it really is important that you go ahead and draw your circle so that you know where you're putting it. Other words, it sort of looks like maybe he's had a day where he's half melted. He's sort of slanting this way, huh? All right, boys and girls, I hope you enjoy making this mosaic snowman. Have your mom or dad or somebody in your family come down and grab one of these packets. Also, grab this winter learning packet. It's filled with lots of fun things to do. Thanks for watching me here at the Crafty Corner, and I'll see you again next Tuesday at 2:30 for another awesome craft. Bye now.